Hey guys, hope everybody's doing good out there today, and thanks for tuning back in. Much appreciated. And today we're going to have another one of those videos, sort of related to fishing, but sort of not related to technique fishing. But I think it's an interesting topic to discuss and have, because hopefully everybody will get to that point. And that's the topic that we're talking about. Just like the title says, it's like, it's okay to suck at bass fishing when you get older. And I'm going to sort of get into this a little bit and explain what I'm talking about, and I think you guys might find it a little bit interesting here, so do that. So before we get started, just want to remind you guys that a week from this Thursday, July 22nd, Johnny and I have our next virtual seminar on fishthemoment.com. We're going to be talking about northern fisheries, both smallmouth, largemouth, techniques to catch them. I've got a ton of experience up north fishing for smallmouth. Johnny used to live up north, fished a lot of largemouth up there, so all you guys that live in the northern tier states, go to fishthemoment.com and join us for this seminar. It's going to be a good time, and everybody else join us too, because you can take a lot of the stuff we're going to be talking about and apply it to that. So anyway, join us on fishthemoment.com for that. And also, before we get started too, just wanted to ask everybody, do a big favor for the channel, for my family here, and hit that subscribe button. Be much appreciated. Hit the like button on the video. All the stuff is a great way to support the channel. If you like the information that I'm putting out here, one of the best ways you can do it is subscribe to the channel. Much appreciated. Okay, here's a conversation I've been wanting to have for a while, because I sort of like to observe a little bit as far as, people in fishing, people in general. It's sort of just like a hobby I have. I try to watch people and, see people from a third party perspective, because I'm fascinated by, human behavior and human nature. One of the things that I found out is, and I'm going to apply this to bass fishing pretty much, that I've noticed that a lot of bass anglers, specifically professionals, when they get older, they tend to resist that a lot. They tend to resist the natural aging process. And one of the things that I found out is that when an angler hits their 50s, their performance declines. Nobody's immune to it. I don't care who it is. Look at, one of the greatest fishermen of all time, Kevin Van Dam. His performance is, even though he won a tournament recently, his performance has declined since he hit 50. Not to say that you still can't have great tournaments after you get older, but nobody maintains the same level of performance as they get older. Nobody has. I don't care if it's Roland Martin, Denny Brower, Clunn, Gary Klein, Larry Nixon, all the all-time greats. It's inevitable. Guys like Jacob Wheeler, who are at the top of their game now, Brandon Polinick, those guys, when they hit 50, they're going to see the same thing's going to happen to them. Their performance is going to start waning off. And a lot of reasons for this is that it's a combination of things. It's a combination of physical things. It's a combination of other things. Physically, you can keep yourself in really good condition. I mean, you can work out just like myself. I work out all the time. I can still run a long way. I can lift a lot of weight. Physically, I'm in good shape. But also, as you get older, everything else sort of like gradually goes down a little bit. It's like now I've got to have reading glasses to do a lot of tackle work. I didn't have to have that when I was in my 40s. Maybe your reflexes are a little bit slower. Maybe your memory's a little bit off. Maybe you're, whatever. Everybody's body's different as far as that goes. So there's the physical side that starts tapering off. And then there's the other aspects. Like, for example, as you get older as an angler, you get more set in your ways, because, and I don't mean this in a bad way, because what I'm talking about when you get set in your ways is like, you can have an angler, say like Rick Clunn or Kevin Van Dam, who made, incredible careers out of power fishing, covering a lot of water, throwing a spinnerbait, throwing a crankbait shallow. What happens is when you get locked in and you've had a tremendous amount of success and you've won tournaments with a certain style of fishing, you tend to put everything else on the back burner, other techniques that come along and get hot. And you don't want to adapt with those techniques. And the younger anglers tend to want to adapt to those particular techniques. They don't have enough experience to get locked in. On top of that, as you get older, you got more family responsibilities. You've been doing it for a long time, and your passion and your enthusiasm is down. a lot of different reasons why our performance backs off. But specifically, what I want to talk about today is I just want to encourage everybody out there that it's okay to suck as a bass angler, or suck a little bit more than you sucked before when you get older. There's nothing wrong with that. It's part of the cycle of life, guys. It's part of the balance of life. It's something that we shouldn't fight. It's something that we should embrace. And I see a lot of guys out there, I see a lot of pro anglers, that they sort of deny the reality of the situation. They deny the reality of the fact that they're getting older and they're losing a step. And, they fight that tooth and nail a lot of times. And I don't know if that's a good thing. You can, there's some things that you can slow down and things that you can change, incrementally, but ultimately all of us, if we're fortunate enough, we get older. And as you get older, the way that we experience life, whether it be fishing or whatever, that changes also. And I think a lot of guys, as far as when they get older as anglers, it's like, to me, the natural state of that is not necessarily focusing in on your own performance, but it's taking what you learn and it's being able to pass that down and give that back to somebody else. And it's one of the things I'm trying to do with the channel here. That's why one of the reasons I started it is I've fished for so many years, and I've got so many so much hours on the water, that I don't want to hog that information up. I want to share it with people because it's given me so much joy, throughout my life, continues to do so. And I get a lot of satisfaction out of sort of becoming a teacher and a mentor now. And one of the things you're going to find out also is some of the best teachers and some of the best people that you can learn from are not necessarily the best competitors, the top competitors. You look at, some of the top coaches in different sports, whatever it is, a lot of the best coaches in the history of sports were not the best players, but they had the ability to, be able to take information and, lay it out in a way that other people can use that to their own benefit. And I think that's one of the gifts and one of the advantages of getting older as an angler, is to do that. And specifically when I'm talking about anglers, it's that start sucking as they get older, or their performance starts going off. I'm talking mainly about tournament type fishing, because the great thing about fishing is you can enjoy it, up until the day that you pass on. I mean, there's very few limitations. You may have to adjust the way that you fish, but it's one of those sports that you can keep doing for a long, long time. And everybody gets a different type of satisfaction out of fishing. I mean, it's everybody, why they fish is a little bit different. And, so it's okay, man. It's okay. If you think you're getting older and you fish tournaments and you're not doing as good as you used to, I mean, just don't sweat it. Just sort of embrace that. Embrace the fact that that's just part of life, and use that, fact that you've accumulated all this information about fishing. You've been on the water so many times. You've had so many great experiences that you can share those with others. And once you sort of shift that way of thinking a little bit, then you don't fight it and you don't resist, the part of that process, because, man, we're all here for just a blink of the eye, guys. I mean, it's, life's gone and past before you know it. You really got to live in the now. You got to focus on the present, where it is right now, and accept the fact that nothing stays the same. I mean, every life is change. I mean, that's all it is. It's constant flow of change. It's a constant, flux and flow of change. And, if you try to stop that change, or try to resist some of the natural flow, it just sort of makes you unhappy and miserable as a person. So anyway, just wanted to get a quick message out there that, it's okay to get older. It's okay to lose a step. If you're losing a step out there, don't let people give you a hard time about it. Just sort of, take it, with a sense of humor and, and a good attitude, and it's going to go a lot further, as far as, being happy as a person and being better to be around and being more enjoyable to be around. And I know that one of the natural things is when we get older, everybody gets a little bit crankier. There's a lot of different reasons for that, especially fishermen, it seems like. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about that a little bit and pass that along. So shoot me a comment, guys. Let me know what you guys think about that out there. I'd be curious to hear everybody's opinion. And again, thanks for tuning into the channel. Much appreciated. And we'll be back soon with another one. See you.